Okay, I'm halfway joking, but I think the sentiment is let's try to fix ourselves before we have kids.
Yes.
I think that's my sentiment.
Yes.
Let's try to be the right people, man. Just
So now-
work on yourself. It's like going into a relationship knowing that you have issues.
Yeah.
But this one is a relationship that lasts forever because
But people
parent-child
don't want to
relationships.
heal. People don't want to heal.
Manje, you're gonna bleed on the kids.
People don't want to heal. They just want to move on.
Yo, what up? We're back again. Okay,
I don't know what episode is this one is.
This is episode.
Yeah, it's an episode.
Yeah. So welcome again. We have Pablo, our guest.
Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Our distinguished guest.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How are you, Pablo?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you? And also, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. Actually trying to implement something, right? Because August is the month. Yabo mama.
Yeah.
So now to acknowledge that or to do our part as males, or as the Symposium Podcast, we decided to have female guest for the entire month of August. So consider yourself, as the woman or represent the Women's Month. I don't know. Is that how I say it?
True.
Yeah. But anyway, man, are you good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain.
Fresh, man. It's been ages, Haven't seen you in a while.
But I'm still alive.
Yeah, you're still alive. Thank God. So, what do you have for Pablo? Are you not welcoming her back to the Symposium Podcast?
Welcome back, Pablo. Thank you for
What?
gracing
Where are
us
the
once
flowers? Where are the flowers? This gentleman. This nigga ain't gentle no more. Anyway, man, let's just kickstart the podcast. Let me just kickstart the podcast. Listen, bro. So it's a Women's Month.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to establish that, we decided to have conversation with women, and so possibly we're gonna be having every week a female guest.
Yeah.
So to play our role and also to get more information from the women. And from your resume,
So shall I say American?
yeah.
It's
From
English.
CV.
resume.
Dictionary.
So and I've realized, and from the couple of conversations we had outside the podcast, I've listened to you talking about women empowerment, your interest are more child development, family orientated, and last time I checked, is it before we continue, you're not a feminist, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I think
But
I
you-
remember her saying
yeah.
she's not.
Yeah. So you're an advocate for women empowerment.
Yes.
Great. So
What is
now
the difference between
A feminist and-
and someone that advocates for women empowerment? Because I thought they were the same thing.
I don't know, Pablo, do you have an answer for that?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really, because a feminist believes more in it's all about women.
Okay.
I can believe in women empowerment and
Yeah.
still not be a feminist.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
I think you are. So basically, feminist is someone that is women.
Yes.
Activist
And
for
women
women.
empowerment.
You're just empowering women to be a better version of themselves.
Okay. Without. Okay. Sharp. I think I get you.
You get that
Yeah.
now? Are you fine?
I'm fine.
Okay, you answer. So in your resume as well, I also discovered that you're more onto child. Is it child development or childhood development?
It's child development.
Okay, cool. So you're child development, and also you studying to become an educator now, right?
Yes.
So out of so far, resume yako is more developing people, developing humans, developing kids.
Yes.
Do you think is it your calling, or is it something on a passion for you? I don't know. Is it calling, passion is the same thing, or is
I don't know. Is it the same thing? Not sure.
Not the same thing.
okay?
I think with me, it's more of a calling.
Oh, more of,
because
yeah.
it's something that's generational from home.
Okay.
My grandmother was an educator.
Oh, okay.
My mom is an educator.
Okay.
And she has 3 girls, right?
Oh, yeah.
So out of them all, I think I am the one who's taking her direction, of which it's generational.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
It's in the
basically,
family.
yeah, it's in the
It's in the
It's in
bloodline.
your car. It's in the bloodline.
Yeah.
So isn't it like challenging for you knowing that you also like following your mom's footsteps? I mean, like I haven't met your mom like really, but I can assume though, like following someone's footsteps is quite a lot.
The
It's quite a
pressure.
lot.
The pressure's on. Like, I can feel the pressure.
Yeah. How do you deal with that one? Because imagine now, like you're dealing with trying to top or trying to be better than a version of your mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you're trying to be like your mom, but like a better version of what she is, and also ngapa you empowering women, ngapa you also into child development. Like, isn't it like too much for you? Like,
Not really. It's just the reason why I'm saying I can feel the pressure is because, growing up, ne,
yeah,
we've always been, my mom set a standard for us that we
okay.
needed to reach, ne.
yeah,
So by me studying towards becoming an educator,
yeah.
it's like I'm being a reflection of her.
Okay.
So wherever you go, if I tend to go to a certain school and maybe do my practicals or work there, if they know her, they're gonna expect you to do the things that she does.
So, but like now, isn't it like too much for you? Because now you're not like your mom, basically, and you
is.
also like probably don't behave like your mom. So like the things that they're expecting you to do like your mom, don't you think like it's quite a pleasure?
Okay, let me put it like this. When it comes to behaving like my mom, I feel I'm more or less like her.
Yeah.
Like certain things I do are things either she did
Okay.
or things that she does.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm a younger version of her.
Yeah, that's like, okay, that's great, man. But now let's go into a deeper context of this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, explain to me what is child development for someone who doesn't know. Like, what is child development and what are proper channels to follow in order for you to be, like, to properly develop a child?
Well, with child development, it refers to the emotional and the mental health.
No, it's fine. Continue.
Okay. With child development,
Yeah.
it refers to the emotional state of the child and how the child develops from when they were young
Okay.
up until maybe they become a young adult.
Okay.
So basically, the support, the emotional support, mental support, and physically being there for the child is what helps the child develop in a good way
So proper channels would be like be present and
in the child's life. Yes, both emotionally and physically. Let's
Yeah.
not say financially, because as a child, if you have a child, you need to be there for your child.
Okay.
But how the child develops, it depends on the parent.
Okay. Both parent or specifically like there's a specific role each parent plays towards the child development.
I'd say both parents.
Yeah.
You want to have a mother and father figure.
So now what happens in the case of like when kids, because usually in most cases, especially in black communities, right, we have places where we have like structures where that stops certain father figures to being part of the child life. Like, maybe mama, or like let's say you're a young mom and then jiggy now like I'm not so present financially for the kid, and then all of a sudden I'm not allowed to see the kid. Do you think it plays a role in what the child becomes later on in life?
It does. It does, because at times I feel that it's selfish for the mother to do that.
Okay.
Most especially if you have a boy child.
Yeah.
A boy child can grow up under the mother, but they need to have a father figure.
Okay.
Certain things I cannot teach my child because I don't know certain things from a male's perspective.
Okay.
Sorry. So sometimes you need to let the child be with their father.
Yeah. So I agree. I feel like Mtu would also agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Is
We've
it-
spoken about it
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
So you don't have anything to say because I feel like also like especially that now skulele kasi,
Sure.
like, so and if you look at the origin of the podcast, in most cases we try and bring like original stories, bring them into the podcast. The reason being, I'm asking you now that do you think the importance of a father figure in a child's life is very important? It's because I've seen or I've heard a lot of gents complaining that they're not allowed to see their kids.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to, because now abantu like obviously for their selfish reasons. Like I said, the first one would be like financial like support. If you don't have financial support, they tend to cut you off the kid's life.
Yeah, they
But
punish
in
you.
most cases, it wouldn't be because of the financial support.
Yeah. What else? What else do you think?
It's what can I say? It's you wanting to have a family with the father of the child, but because the father of the child wants to move on, you'd rather not have your child be introduced to someone else.
So you tend to be like selfish when it comes
Yes.
So you're trying to push the father's hand.
Yes.
into making a decision.
So it's sometimes
It's
it
rough,
wouldn't
yeah.
be finances.
Yeah. So now, okay, cool. I know like so far we've touched on the emotional well-being of a kid, that present Zali plays a very good role. And what do you think when it comes to the behavioral side of things? Like, in order for, like, let's say, when there are days where they be like, you behave like your father behave like this. Do you think, like, as in, like, because let's say your father is an absent father, but your behavior is more the same, like, you behave like your father, but even though he's not present in your life, do you think it's part of genetics, or is it because things also adopt you, or is it because a child is trying to be rebellious towards like the leadership of a mom?
Sometimes I'd say it's because of them all. It could be genetic.
Okay.
It could be something that happens around them. Umntana, if it happens that ukula under an abusive family, umntana uhlala abona like mama ke abuse,
Yeah.
they're not gonna grow well.
Yeah.
Because izinto azibonayo. So he's gonna see it's normal for them to go out there and just hit any other girl, because it's something that they see. And then ezinye, it becomes genetical. So it runs through the genes. You cannot change them. There's nothing you can do. It's something that's there.
So basically, in order for a child to properly develop, they need a presence of a family.
Yes.
And from both sides, even if like the father is not like an active father, or like bahlala bonke in the same household, but the child needs a father.
Yes.
So this is what you're preaching to the woman in a Women's Month.
Yes. Allow the child to be with the father or the father's family, whether or not the father is there. Because if the father is absent by choice, that's something else. Mara one day uzombona and say, that's my child. At the end of the day, he's going to be the one who's going to answer as to why were you absent throughout my growth. But if when self uyamalela, it's okay, I cannot see my father, what answers are you going to give the child? Magakula. Mtana uyakula. That's the thing. And growing up, there are certain things that you need to do with your father.
Okay. Like?
What if I need to have a traditional ceremony?
So
I can't use my mom's surname. I have to use my father's surname.
Do you think is it really important to be like dwelling on the issues of surnames, especially in this generation? Because
I think it is though.
It really is. It's very important.
I know a lot of niggas. No, not that I know, like, but I've heard a lot of stories about niggas not abahlawulile abangahlawulanga.
Yes. Uklawula ne. Let's put uklawula aside.
Yeah.
Umntana makazalwa. Mele athathe isibongo saka babakhe.
But traditionally, so in order for that to be able to happen, umntana mele ahlawule.
And then you can, if awuhlawulanga, you can introduce them to the ancestors.
Okay.
Because as you grow up, these things catch up with you.
Yeah.
They catch up with you. Makumele wenza umsebenzi awukhona ukuwenza esayidini le family kamamakho, because your things are going to turn against you.
Why specifically that? Because I feel like now my ancestors are hypocrites. Honestly, I mean, like, if you know I'm your bloodline, why would things turn against me now when I'm trying to like make things happen for my life.
When I'm fun, there are some things that
You just cannot
you
change.
just don't have answers for.
Yeah, maybe
That's
we
how
should
you
get a
grow
Gogo
up.
Maweni here to come and answer for us.
Are you sure?
Yeah?
Do you want to do that?
No, like, you know, it'll be a nice call.
Next thing you'll be two.
Oh, what? A peanut, a chocolate,
Eighteen
lunch
to-
bar.
Someone nicks me.
I know, don't be scared, man. Like, don't be scared. Don't be a koala. You know, but like, honestly, in the conversation with kids, Felangati, you know, now that you're an educator, you tend to see a lot of behavior, Bantuan, you know, from their childhood. And as they grow up, obviously, they tend to possess certain characteristics.
Yes.
So now, as an educator, Nama was schooled. I wasn't homeschooled. My parents were not that rich.
Homeschooled.
Yeah, I wasn't homeschooled.
Do you know anyone who was homeschooled?
I wish I was.
I don't know
homeschooled.
anyone who was homeschooled.
Really?
Nah.
I know a lot.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
I
actually,
don't-
there
I
are people.
don't know.
Yeah, do you think the concept of homeschooling, because now in order for a kid to develop very well,
Sure.
to be a functional a member of society, they have to socialize and engage. We don't want kids like Mtu.
What's wrong with Mtu?
Wow, you don't.
I'm not gonna defend myself.
What's wrong?
I've been defending myself on this podcast.
Dude is not an antisocial. He socializes with people he knows, and he
Okay.
becomes active. But if he doesn't know you in a group, you know, that's Mtu. And kids who are homeschooled tend to possess such characteristics because now they like the only person you know is probably your educator, your parents, your family, your siblings. If we take you out of that context, you tend to like be a different person. Do you think that has like an impact on how like they function in a society or in a like, because at some point if you might be homeschooled, at some point you have to go to work, unless you decide to be like, you know.
But such instances, I wouldn't say the cause of it would be because of homeschooling.
Yeah.
A person's personality, what if aksumuntu abantu vele yena?
I wasn't
Like,
homeschooled.
How do you develop a proper personality? Yagamtu is fucked up.
Definitely not defending
I'm firing
myself.
shots at you.
Vandaag, I'm not defending myself.
Yeah.
I'm sweet
I know,
konyana.
he's gonna have to answer for himself.
I'm sweet konyana.
So I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want
that's
you
it.
to expose yourself to the people. Yang harasa kule podcast.
Yeah. No, hey, like you're shooting bombs.
Yeah,
It's
nah,
fine.
nah, he knows I'm joking.
I have a lot of
He knows-
episodes to do. So illuminate support.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like understand a real deeper connection, because you know what happens with kids, ne? There was a study that was done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids tend, because you're an educator, and I'm sure every year Mkalunya kids start crying. Like, and you also like you're specializing in grade. Do teachers specialize?
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, when you grade Aramush,
Yeah,
and
for now.
probably like an early grade, like early stages of their lives, them kids like get to see your face, familiar face, and they tend to bond somehow with you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, because in most cases, let's say it's my first day at school, how do you deal with such kids? Because hey, Zakara isn't.
No, first day you need to be very welcoming. You need to be patient.
Morning king azako Pablo.
Put them.
Aba
Yabana, that's the
funeka
thing.
bomvukela lapha.
No, here's the thing. Mawuya emsebenzini.
Yeah.
Ne, the moment you walk inside the gate, inkinga zakho zisale gating,
Mm.
because you are going to deal with children,
Mm.
and this is a point where you just need to stop being self-centered.
Yeah.
You need to open up and be very welcoming towards these champions,
Yeah.
because
You say
champions.
Are they
I call them
champions?
champions.
Hey,
My young champions.
No,
No, I
Because-
call them champions.
Tina
Hey,
Besi
Tina
is-
Besi
You know?
is yes.
Honestly,
Besizwa ngamagama.
no, and funny enough,
Yeah.
I'd say January, mankulmanga experience yam, ne?
Yeah.
I think I had three of them cry, but it was like for 2 days and it was done.
And
They were
start
actually
doing this.
looking forward to coming to school,
To school.
because they know you need to make teaching fun for them. You need to make
Yeah.
learning fun for them. That way they'll be able
Pablo
to
Nisbin,
come to
yes.
school knowing.
Ingane ziyakaka. How do you deal with such?
No, you tell them from first day. Umntana uyamtrain. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Uyazi, it's okay. It's fun at last in, but this is not this is something I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Some things are unacceptable.
Yeah.
in
But now,
class.
like, how do you, like, as a teacher? Hey, this is not an interview. This is a discussion. I'm trying to get to know, like,
Ispansaga Pablo.
not really Spansai, you know? Because I know she's a childhood, she's a child development
Sure,
advocate,
sure.
and probably later on in my years, I'll probably have a kid,
Yeah.
and I've never had a training. No one trained me to become.
No one
proper
gets
dad.
trained,
Yeah.
dog.
And I don't
Never
wanna,
is ever
you know,
ready.
I don't wanna
There's no
go
one
there. Yeah, but I need a bit of like Manuel and Pablo has, you know.
She has some knowledge.
Yeah, she has some knowledge on how to deal with them little rascals.
I mean, I have a question that relates to this and Women's Month.
Okay.
Like, we always talk as a society, you need to do this for women.
yeah.
Like, what can we do for girls now that's going to benefit them as women later? You understand?
Abanike imali.
No, that you know, with that question, it's a tricky one
Yeah.
because we live in a society where Instagram is influencing all these young girls.
Yeah.
Facebook is influencing these young girls.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, you can be a motivational speaker, you can have posters, but at the end of the day, what they see on social media
Is what
is
they
what
wanna
they are
be.
going to follow.
Eish. Okay.
Many girls
okay.
these days, babona at least, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be an influencer.
It's flashy.
Because,
Flashy things.
yes.
Eesh.
So you can't honestly, you can't do anything at this point.
But what can we do? Okay, mhlambe not in a sense of like, what can we teach them? What can we instill in them as society? Like, what can we instill in kids? Not only girls. Like, what can we do for girls now? Even if it's through boys. Like, even if it's teaching boys this and this and this, which is later gonna benefit women when these kids become older. Like, what in their development can we play around to try and fix the ills that we have now?
The only thing you can teach your child, especially if it's a girl, from a young age, is to love themselves.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough to know what you want in life.
Mm-hmm.
That way you are not going to be influenced by anything because already you grow up having a goal that you want to reach.
Structure, backbone.
Yes. So whether it be through a boy, through someone, but
Yeah.
you need to teach your girl child to love themselves.
Yeah. That's really important.
Because a lot don't know their worth.
Yeah.
And
I don't know my
they
worth
have
by
narcissism. No, but no, here's the thing. Abanye pela, they grow up with narcissistic parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And once you do that, you end up going to seek for love outside.
Maravele, I think one solution in Daba, I can't be a dictator. If I was a dictator as a South Africa, I'd just make sure that people who are messed up don't have kids.
Messed up
Masibona
and
nje ngathi
ubheke eceleni.
you exhibit some characters that are toxic.
But
will
now-
castrate you. If I
What did you just? What did you
if
just
I
say?
was a dictator.
And you said it with a straight face.
Yeah, but I'm sure we are doing this for kids, Vuyo. Don't you wanna do things for kids?
So you
It's still the right
sacrifice-
thing for the kids. It's for the kids.
It's like you know in China there was this thing of jinns, like they would alter jinns.
yeah. They
The
still
mo-
do it. I
They
think.
still do it,
I think it's not legal, but
obviously.
I mean, it's China.
And
dog.
that led to so much males and less females.
Mm,
So now the ratio of like birth,
it's not balanced.
it's not balanced now. There's too much males and less women.
Yeah,
It's
angisho mara
interesting.
thina angisho we're not playing around jeans.
Yeah.
We are dealing with you. If you're messed up, if I was a dictator, guys,
So even
I'm never gonna be a dictator. But if I was a
right, but
dictator,
you still have a chance.
if you show
That's your
signs
evil-
of being
that's your
messed
evil
up,
laughter, dog. It's an evil laughter. Like, yeah, no. Now we know what to do things. And then,
no,
yeah.
but it's for the kids, Will.
So now you sacrifice.
I would sell it. Everyone would buy it. If I was a dictator,
imagine
everyone
this,
would be happy.
Imagine this idea going to Ramaphosa.
Ramaphosa is not a dictator. Like, we can vote him out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like a Putin
Or
yeah,
Kim.
or Kim,
Yeah.
I would just make sure, which isn't like I'd make sure that you guys feel that this thing that I'm doing is the right thing.
Yeah.
I'd
But here's
convince
the
you.
thing. No, but here's the thing. As Kismoti, you would want the messed up people not to have children.
Yeah.
Nah. You can. people change after having children, actually.
Yeah, but it's not
They
guaranteed.
change.
It's not
So
guaranteed.
what if they become messed up after?
That's the only loophole. Or mhlambe if someone was messed up and then they have a kid and then they become the right person.
Exactly.
I guess sorry, baba. You missed your chance. It's supposed to be good before.
You see?
We don't deal with the faults.
but I think okay, I'm halfway joking, but I think the sentiment is let's try to fix ourselves before we have kids.
Yes.
I think that's my sentiment.
Yes.
Let's try to be the right people, man. Just
So now-
work on yourself. It's like going into a relationship knowing that you have issues.
Yeah.
But this one is a relationship that lasts forever because
But people
parent-child
don't want to
relationships.
heal. People don't want to heal.
Manje, you're gonna bleed on the kids.
People don't want to heal. They just want to move on. And
You can't bleed on the
and
kids
on.
though, because that's most of us. Not most of us. Most of the people. I'm not included. I'm not messed up. Most of the messed up people of our generation.
Yeah.
It's because their parents bled on them.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But
Now the
that's
mother is
true.
punishing the father through you.
That's true.
You understand?
That's true.
And if it's a girl,
If it's a girl, even if it's a boy.
but boys.
Now you
boys-
start
boys-
having messed up feelings towards yourself because you are a male and all you see are males being treated in that particular way.
Yeah, and
So
children
now-
also suffer because of that. Because I see my child, he looks like the father,
Yeah.
and I hate the father.
And
So
now
you
the
can
hatred.
imagine the hatred that I'm putting through that child.
Messed up, man. Messed up. So if I think, okay, I know we don't live in a Christian society in the most traditional sense of the word Christian.
Yeah.
But I think the Bible had a point when it said you shouldn't have kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
understand? Like, it's not guaranteed that things are going to go well, but the chances of things going okay are higher if the parents are fine.
If they're
Understand?
married,
That is
yeah.
actually one good concept not good concept, but I've loved since, like, because I think it makes it a greater environment
Yeah.
for the kid to grow, because
Yeah.
now he experiences both the men and the women's
Yeah,
you
the
know,
mom and
yes.
father's
love.
love.
Emotions, and he gets to
Yes.
see, because I feel like there was a book I was actually reading about, like, men, specifically men, having influence on the child's life,
Sure.
that the importance of having a father
Yeah.
and like someone who plays a father role in your life
Sure.
tends to enhance some of your abilities,
Mm.
because in most cases, kids, whenever they do things, if your father is appreciative of what you do, you'll tend to want to do it more.
Yeah.
Yes.
If your kid plays soccer, he wants to excel if you go on a
Impress.
match
Mhm.
and impress the father. If your kid is like a bully,
Mm.
I don't know what's happening with the bullies, but yeah.
No, a child being a bully, it's caused by what they're going through.
Yeah.
So they want to feel better through bullying another child. Because I'm experiencing abuse at home,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather go abuse someone outside so that I can feel better about myself.
Is that an ideal situation? Because what happens with these kids growing up to become gang members? Because if you check stats, gang members, like your OVLs and whatnot
Yeah.
and whatnot, some of them are actually from good families. It's just that now,
Some of them.
It's good families
yeah.
could be spoiled.
So what's the right way? Because
The right way is
It's hard
not
love.
assuming that because you are physically there, it's enough.
Mm-hmm.
You also have, like, even if you are here, you still have to be a parent. Though.
But I think also tough love
Yeah.
works for the child. Let the child not get everything that they want,
Okay.
and let the child not want to go outside to get what they want, but let them work for what they want.
Mm.
Pablo, it's easy concept to say that. As in masikhala la, ngathi ngashona nami ngumzali.
No. Akho ukuthi ungathi ungashona. There are times where you just need to switch off those feelings.
Yeah.
Uzokhala zathule, but maseka right. Uzobuya
Imagine
abe
being
nalento
Pablo's
ukuthi this is what I need to do in order for me to get that.
Yeah.
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 This is
That's
how
actually-
I need to behave. Because if uzolahlela tantrum, then umnika everything manje.
Have you seen
Shithi
these kids in my
iyasebenza
mall?
tantrum.
Have you seen these kids like
Fun.
Pablo? Have you
Yes.
seen these kids in my mall? These kids.
I don't like going to malls because
Because
I
of
feel like
kids.
slapping everyone, the parent and the child.
Same time. Papa.
Yeah, because it's your fault.
Manje
You are the one
uzilahlela
raising the
phansi-
kid.
yazi umntana, that's the thing. Umntana uzilahlela phansi at a mall, ne?
Mm-hmm.
When uyamtata, that's the thing. The moment umtatazelisa uyamchaza.
Oh.
And uyazi ukuthi I am going to get that.
my blood boils. Ngathi ngamphakamisa ngendlebe. Ngimdonse ngale ndlebe asuku. Angikhulanga kanzima. No, I'm not gonna do that. But
You might as
my
well.
child has to know that I'm able to do it.
How are you gonna tell your kid uzokudonsa ngendlebe?
Uzongibona ukuthi ngiserious. I don't hit
but
anyone.
there are parents
I
who
don't know.
actually discipline
Yeah.
umntana ngamehlo by just looking at
Yeah,
them.
and it doesn't mean you're
Uzixoxa
abusing the
manje.
child all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was not abused, but I knew that there was the
Zingakhala.
nuclear option. If
Zingakhala
you
nje.
misbehave
Yeah.
to such an extent which it needs to be pressed,
Yeah.
the button will be pressed. Uzozisol.
Hey. No, guys, ngikhule ngishayo ngisho. So now I'm not gonna beat anyone's kid.
But now you don't
Imagine beating
even have to beat them. You just
Yeah.
umntana now, especially a crash. I'm a crash manager. I like them because they teach them, like they discipline them without even hitting them. So
Naughty Kwan.
yeah, the naughty corner.
Does it work?
And they
Hey,
are
with
scared
me?
of that. No, I have a nephew. He knows.
Sure.
The
Why are you scared
moment
of
you look at
naughty
him and tell him that, because you need to look for a corner that looks creepy.
Sure, it's in a
So
like
basically,
kukhuleka
mangabe
nzima.
No,
I
sikhulanga nzima thina.
Yeah, because
you
Naughty Corner would not do anything to us.
because if it's in a room, ekoneni,
Yeah.
just switch off the light.
Yeesh.
Uzothuka and uzomthola athukiwe akhala. Then you're gonna ask him, are you gonna do that again? He's
No.
never gonna do it.
Now it's like, it's not blackmailing the kid, but like, dog, you don't like.
But there has to be punishment.
Yeah,
Either way,
everyone
they
will
have to
One way or
be
the
shy.
other. Hey.
But like, okay, cool.
I'm
Now,
not a Naughty Corner in my days, dog. I'd be
Wouldn't
happy for a Naughty Corner.
hey,
I
dog,
would celebrate Naughty Corner.
But now,
Go to the
I
no-
think-
Like Naughty Corner, do you mean Healthy Corner?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where you go.
yeah. And imagine, so these grounding things, do you think they work, man? Like, you are
You're
grounded.
grounded.
Yo, that's with teenagers. Is that
Yeah.
with teenagers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, these days, no. The whole grounded situation, adult
but-
works.
I used to ground my nephew.
But you know,
worked.
Guti, Futi,
Yeah, it worked.
and you sure?
It works if you're there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if I walk in, it doesn't work. Because I'd be busy with my stuff. I'm like, you don't move from that chair when you're grounded.
You don't move to the chair.
Yeah,
From the
just
chair.
sit on that chair.
For how
Ufuna ukuthi,
long?
I'll bring you the food. Just stay on that, in that
I'll
chair.
bother you to death.
Until ngibone ukuthi, okay, this boy has felt it now. He's not gonna do it again.
But also just taking their phone.
He didn't have a
But
phone. He was
iPhone
young.
is-
yabo. So I'd make sure that he hears his friends
I
playing
hope the
outside.
parents of these kids are listening to this podcast.
Dog,
I
don't
just
care
hope.
me.
Yeah.
But I discipline their child for them.
You know where the danger is.
Yeah, the danger is when you're
Yeah.
sleeping on the podcast.
There's no danger. But it works.
Yeah.
And I didn't
No, but
hit
like-
him physically. Yabo.
Yeah.
I didn't say horrible things to him that are gonna scar
Yeah,
him for the rest of his
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But him discipline and he knows Umalume can do it.
Hey, imagine. Bathi ngizokusa kumalume umntu sebathusa ngomntana
Yeah.
manje.
Yeah, I think partly as a father, going back to both parents, as a father, you have to have that role. I'm not sure if it's correct, but we grew up with that idea. Which
Yeah.
your father
Baba
has
to
to be,
baba.
yeah, like Kubaba is the nuclear option.
Yeah, no.
Mabaya Kubaba
yeah,
boy,
no,
like
that-
you
that-
did something wrong.
Yeah, that one nje always like came to me very nje.
Yeah, man.
It's because angishumntana ukhula sekajwayele mama.
Yeah.
So it's normal for the child to back chat.
Yeah, so there's that friendliness.
Yes, because we play together, we laugh together. But
Yeah.
these things I only do
Baba,
with my
yes.
dad.
Ubaba kuyabuya.
Yo.
That statement.
Ngiyomutshela. Ha, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
tell
was
on
the
you.
other-
Each generation here too is fixed because of that statement.
No, but not
Kuyabuya
all of our
ubaba.
generation. Now manje nje.
Yeah, yeah.
Bafele emathaveni.
But
Yeah.
with me, it was the other way. I was scared of my mother
Eish.
than my father.
Really?
I was closer to my father, but like my mom, not to be telling your mom,
Yay.
I knew that all hell was gonna break loose
Ziyakhala.
now.
Uyaqhama umama wakho.
No, and it was just by looking at me. Mom, for sure, like yo, probably grade 2.
Yeah. Question, Pablo, ne? Would you incorporate ngifuna amagama esilungu nami, incorporate corporal punishment? Incorporate corporal
No,
punishment to your kids? You wouldn't beat them up.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Someone else might.
Someone else might, but but I wouldn't.
Yeah. What's wrong with beating a kid? Because I like ngikhule vele nje ngeke nothi yazi nje ibhande.
Yeah.
That is Ketili Wopon.
Bande,
Weapon of mass
Chapa,
destruction.
or Reswaz. You choose.
But that thing, I think for me, lento le yenza umntana abe worse.
Yeah.
Because uyajwayela
But
ukushaywa
it depends on how often you do it.
Yeah.
But
Thina
uyajwayela.
bebakubamba one
Yeah,
time.
bakubamba once.
Yeah,
Like,
bakubamba
I wouldn't
once
get a
also.
beating for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And then once you do something
But
really messed
imagine
up,
that pin.
it comes through.
No, yazi why ngikhulumela kanje ngibona with my nephew ne.
How old is he?
Asimsha, he's 5 now. Ne. Asimsha England. But he knows when he does something wrong and we lock eyes, then he just starts crying. Because he knows
Lentona is
what
soft,
he
boy.
did.
This is soft. I would be happy for a look.
No,
I
it's
would
not a happy
appreciate,
look. That's the thing. It's not a happy look. It's a mean look. So you know you did something wrong already.
Eish.
And I'm looking at you.
Eish.
So you're thinking already in your head, you're thinking, what is going to happen next? Because you just don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, but to Vuyo's point, like if you don't get the beating all the time, like you'd anticipate the beating. Like the look would tell you, what if the beating is coming? Yeah, but sometimes beating, but sometimes no beating. Just look.
Yeah, just look.
Yeah, the look is enough to tell you there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Change your
Okay,
ways.
but yeah, every once in a while. Maybe.
Yeah.
So now, okay,
Just to warn them.
we've been talking
And
about
I think-
beating kids.
I think okay,
Yeah, that's
last point on beating kids. I think we are wrong to embrace this Western way of disciplining kids too much.
Yeah.
I think there's a balance to be
Well,
struck.
do you think it's a Western way? Because okay, let's.
We
Continue.
didn't come up with the thing of stop beating kids.
Yeah, but it's a psychological thing now. Which now, if you continue.
Did they test us here in South Africa? Or did they test their kids over there?
No, but you must
Well, you
remember,
can-
a child does what you do.
I didn't
So a
beat
child is a
anyone,
dog
Yasmar.
now?
I didn't
No,
beat anyone.
no. Honestly speaking, a child does what you do.
Mara
You guys
mnangishayanga abantu, and-
don't see that.
Yeah.
But umntana mawuzomshaya ne
Yeah.
nanoma ungathatha ibhande umshaye.
Uzohamba ushaya abanye.
Uyahamba uye esikolweni. Ne? A child, maybe umngane wakhe does something wrong. First thing they think of, because it's wrong, keep ibhande ashaye umshaye. So a child, we adopt everything
Eish.
that you do.
Okay, back to schools ne? And this thing of disciplining kids. How? Okay, in corner endlini it works,
Yeah.
but
in school-
eskolweni,
Nasesikolweni it works.
You know, have you seen these two Ks now? They jump on top of teachers. You saw that clip. of
mhlambe
that boy.
masingabuyisa upinki
No,
pinky.
not these old.
Upinky Pinky.
Yeah.
Do you think Upinky
Yeah,
Pinky?
maybe upinki pinky, but sizomikisa kupinki pinky. Maybe it could work.
No,
Yes.
but with us, you must remember it's with us, there was a story behind the Pinky Pinky. So
Yeah.
we believe in that Pinky Pinky. You will
Maybe
understand.
So
create
we
a
should create their like
version of Pinky
yeah. Ngoba I don't think I'd cope being a teacher without using the beating.
Pinky. If you beat these kids, they beat you back now. They fight you
Yeah,
back.
but
Yeah, in
now
high schools.
you don't fight the kids.
You
You
don't
should
fight.
discipline them accordingly.
Ziyaphendula lezi zinto.
You
I
get trained
think-
to deal with them. You get trained.
Oh, you
to
get
deal
trained.
with them.
And I
That's
think
why you study for education, right? So how it's an intermediate phase.
Yeah.
Obviously dealing with new teenagers thinking
Yeah.
they are moms and sebabo CC and
Yeah.
so already you know who you're going to deal with and how to deal with them. High school, hey, it's the worst because some are moms already,
hey,
some are fathers. So you're going to have a way. You're going to have a way of being
discipline
very
these
strict
parents.
with them.
Yeah. Your mic is too far, dog. What's happening to your mic?
Is it my mic? What's happening? Is it
Oh
fine?
yeah, it was your cable. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Shabala bela shy. Ngifuna imhlaba. Ngiyadlala. Anyway, guys, so my next point would be now, and they're beating kids. Ngiyadlala. We're not beating kids anymore. So now, cool. What's the role, of a woman, in order to maintain peace between her and the father if bahluken? Because now I'm dwelling into this because it has been a generational thing where now women, most likely, let me not say women, abantu abahlala nabantwana, could be a dad, could be a mother, they use umntana to fight the battles abanazo ku relationship. You know, because it's always the case with, let's say you have a kid with umtu, and then umtu wants to come and fetch the kids, and then when they were like, no, umntana akekho la, what's happening? The mic is not working, guys.
Doing things.
Yeah, you know, so like there are cases where now umuntu would try by all means to deny you a chance of bonumtanako, simply because when you're not doing what they want you to do.
The problem with women is we are emotional human beings, ne? Very emotional. So everything that we do, we act with our emotions. So because maybe my baby, okay, tingiti, we have a baby together, ne? I'd move on, but I wouldn't expect my baby daddy to move on.
Why?
That's the problem.
The fuck why?
That's
We will never
the problem.
figure women out.
Hore,
We will never.
I can move on,
But I can't.
my baby daddy can't. He's supposed to come back. That's what
Come
they
back and
think,
do what?
because
Do the things.
so that we can be a happy family. Like
So
a
in your
young
mind,
family.
in the mind of umuntu wenza lento le, family nje, dum family I can.
Yeah, you sing family, umshado.
Future.
Future, because we have a child together. So that's what I am expecting. I'm expecting you to marry me.
We will never figure out.
And maybe it
women.
was a mistake. That's the
Done.
thing. Yeah, maybe. I'm saying maybe.
One night stand, yeah. No.
Yeah, you know. And then it happens, boom, there's a child.
Yeah.
We have to grow up.
It's
man.
easy, and at times it's easy for us women to date or to marry somebody who already has children. But for a woman who has children, it's very hard for them to get a guy accept abantwana bakhe.
Hey mara nawe ufuna abantwana bengakhe. Let's say una 4 abantwana, expect mina longana nix onenja. Bese to get married to you, like
Ma umthanda umuntu akamela umthande.
It's gonna be more common in the future.
serious.
Yeah.
Hey dog.
Nakhona
Are we
you-
gonna have a rainbow nation like the Noranakas
I
kids?
think.
No, but at the same time, I feel like this
Alleged.
thing is one thing we need to balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand? Because if intombazana ikhona ukuthanda nabantwana bakho, why can't guys do the same?
It's because I'm the provider and the protector. You're just bringing your, you know.
That
Nyadala.
is 1990 something.
Yeah, but like in
Yeah.
all honesty, it's easier. Like I've heard women now say that they would never date a guy with a kid. And don't know mtana lo muntu loyo. Mina ngumjolo mchito nomtana. Because they tend to see a behavior from
men.
not from men, from Lumunta Nomtana Nai. You know, Lomchitalo would tend to act in a certain way or believe that Nguti Yanangabuela and baby mama Lumtan. So to pay mama some phone. It happens.
Yeah.
Nguti let's say Nomtana no Pablo, and then Pablo Slugay in a shop, and then Minang Pisan Kitchen no Pablo. I want Pablo all the
And
time.
she doesn't want.
And it was nothing from
So the new lady has that experience, and then Manju assume with this guy who Onomdan is gonna have the same behavior.
He does the same behavior on the baby mama now.
Yeah.
So now it's messed up.
But you need to heal, my sister, because
Exactly.
not all men are the same.
Exactly. Thank you.
Some men are like me too.
Not all are trash.
Some of us don't care.
You really don't care.
Yeah, I don't have a child, so I don't know how I'd behave towards the baby mama. But I doubt I'd care.
Let's
about the
make
baby
a
mama.
pact here now.
No, but rather be civil with the baby mama.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
Civil
you
is
guys
number one.
need to. You are parents.
Yeah, you need to be
Towards
to do the
one
right
child.
things
You know,
for the
you know
child.
how
child
baby
is
mama
growing.
are. If unomsebenzi ngithi bazoza behaving at bashadile.
Bakotize.
But if it's not offending anyone, I don't see a problem. If it's not offending, offending anyone.
No.
You're not
You must
allowed.
remember, ne? At times uthola ukuthi phela ukhumbule, if there's something, there's a ceremony again.
Yeah.
Umntana needs to come.
Yeah.
The child maybe usesena 1 2.
Yeah, she
And
has to be there. If
she has to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Say the guy is married. You cannot go these now you are in another woman's territory.
Yeah.
Yabona
mara
ke
nawe
manje.
mthithi ushada kanjani umntanakho ana-1 kwenzakaleni. There's something to explain
You
here.
move on, you find your soulmate,
In
and
3 months.
Move on
Yeah.
fast.
and you
Niggas
get
move.
married.
There was this movement, Vele, we
Easy.
move.
Yay.
Yeah, we move. But in all honesty, man, I feel like the backbone of a family structure, especially between black men, like it's a common thing now that black families, not black families, black society, they don't really have a solid family structure.
Yeah.
You rarely find umuntu oqala uba nomntana naye getting married to each other. It's always like there's a stepson or there's a stepdaughter somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be more common,
And-
I predict.
and
In
it-
fact, I'm not the one to predict this, but a lot of people have predicted it. It's gonna be more common. Chances are, if you are getting married in 2022, the person has a kid, or
It's
you
the
have
new
a kid,
normal,
or you
guys.
both have kids.
That's the problem now.
So you have to find a new way of dealing with.
But it's the new normal.
Yeah.
You need to
Like
you
COVID
need to have
year
a
of-
relationship with those children.
Yeah, it's the COVID of relationships.
So now, because in most cases, you know how hard it is to deal with kids.
Yeah.
Umntana lona, let's say manje, you know how kids are manipulative.
Yeah.
Kids are very manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
You always look at the softer side of a relationship. If we are not united as a family, mina no mamaki, if the kid does something wrong, they can use that against me, gumamab. And then it might lead. It's one of the leading things, kuma divorces.
Yeah.
It is said that most people, like, they tend to divorce because of kids, not because kids are smart or anything.
Yeah.
It's because there is no unity between imshatuna.
Yeah.
You know. So now my question is, how do you deal with someone? Let's say when uzanumtana kumshatinwami, wait, man, sorry, and then after us getting married, your kid does something wrong. I want to discipline the kid because I'm also like a father figure in that kid's life. After disciplining the kid goes to you now, and then when you come and fight me.
But now here's the thing. First thing is first, I'm done with silly. No offense. But being factual, okay, let's be factual now. With that, you must start ukhumbule when you bring a child in a relationship. A child can do that because really they are not supporting what is happening with this relationship.
Yeah.
There is no relationship whatsoever between my partner and my child.
Yeah.
So I feel the need to want to break off that relationship, and they will.
So now,
So you need to wear yourself as the parent or in your relationship. You need to help build a solid foundation and relationship in order for you to have a peaceful home.
okay.
As
You
I once
understand?
listened to some very smart pastor teaching about this very same question that you're asking. And his recommendation was what she's saying. But in the earlier stages of the child and new parent relationship, the biological parent should be the one that's doing the disciplining.
Yes.
So if there's something something went wrong,
You
and
speak
I
to-
see it, I must speak to the parent.
Speak to the partner will discipline.
Yep. Angisho nayo uyanga amakhona.
Yeah.
Nami ngiyanga amakhona ke.
Shangazag. Interesting.
So there are ways, but
Yeah.
the I think the larger point is there are ways of going about
Yonke
these relationships. Don't. But everything when they are kids, I think we all agree we should think about the kids first.
Yes.
Question to Pablo: how do you feel about women posting their kids in the very early stages of their, like, after giving birth, and then start posting those kids with closed eyes that look like aliens?
That look like what?
Nothing.
Aliens are here.
Yo, well,
What's your take on that one?
I grew up knowing that is dangerous.
Yeah,
So I'm still not for it.
you're not for it.
I feel as much as they say the child can be public at 3 months.
Yeah.
Respect that. Whether it be pregnancy, during pregnancy, you don't publicize such.
So how do you feel with parents? Like, I'm asking questions in general, fiery questions, not fiery, but like, how do you feel with parents creating Facebook accounts for their kids? Because
I have feelings.
It depends. No, but it depends on it depends on the reason behind it.
Aye.
Because there are
Is there a
certain
reason?
I have feelings.
yes,
I have very strong
there's
feelings.
a child I'm creating an Instagram page, and it's not for maybe beauty or no.
Yeah.
But it's learning. You learn through that child. It's
Yeah.
for your Olympiads, and it's a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
mind you.
So I'm creating a 5 years.
Okay, but
I'm creating
that
at
one
a
is
young
different.
age, and how they teach the child how they developing the child.
Okay, but that's different. Because I also know of a case which I don't think is a bad case. Like there's a kid who's very musically talented. On 6, I think. I follow him. He has an Instagram.
Yes.
But it's his by name. It's controlled by the parents.
Yes.
So I think maybe
But khona
assume
la-
ukuthi question yakho means
No, khona labo aba create a Facebook account
I knew
for their
umntwana.
kids. No, not for the kid, but
Oh.
like they
Oh,
monitor
they
that.
okay.
It's just that now, why uthumela a friend request? Ngithini mina kumntanakho?
I
No,
mean
but you can't do that then.
Because
I thought
there's-
you meant
Especially if
for
umntwana
maybe
akana
it's for
talent.
if you
Dog.
feel like you want to get a brand, you want to work with a brand.
yeah, but that's
And for Pampers, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, but like
That is something else. But if you're going to send requests to other people using your child, no, guys, no.
no,
No, you don't do
and
that.
it's normal. Umuntu create umntanakhe Facebook account
yeah.
and post it Thomas umntanakhe. So mina manje ngibe fan lo mntanakhe.
No, but I think it's a mini. I personally feel like it's a mini ghost account.
Yeah, it is.
Because that person could be stalking you through the child's account.
Okay,
That's why I'm
to
now
that
accepting.
question. Now, question yam. What's the youngest acceptable age for kids to be on social media? According
20.
to you guys, what do you think is
20.
20?
Yeah.
But I was
No,
on-
younger than 20.
I was there, and it was like when I was doing grade 8, I was on Facebook. When
Yeah,
Facebook
it's-
was starting, I was there.
That's the thing.
One
But
of the
we know
first
what
generations.
happens on social media and how it impacts a child's life. Hence, I'm saying 20.
Do you think
When
in this
you're
generation
able
it
to
does?
make your own decisions.
Yeah,
And because, yeah, it
I
does.
agree with
Kidnapper
you.
kanjalo.
It does.
I agree
You aware,
with you.
Khole, there's a place in 4 ways, ne?
Mm.
That now nearly it was a restaurant and whatnot, ne? And you would have your 16-year-olds going there.
To do what?
Next thing, they're living with these old men because they look old. Because you want the life, you want to
That's
post.
of life.
Well, understand. So
Content.
hence I'm saying, if you're still in school, I wouldn't support
it's not a
it.
good idea. I don't disagree with you.
Anyway, I'd say, do you?
Do you at 13 send a
Hey,
Facebook request
at
to
13,
13 min?
and you don't.
Yeah, you want.
You know,
Sizoxabana.
but one thing I've seen, especially with them kids, why is it like not hard for like why can't I use their kids' talent to my popularity? Like if you wanna go through the kid, like can the kid post in my account? Because now there's a case where now the kid, I think a kid sued Abazalbaki because they happened to post a picture of her naked on SSM on a social media.
Oh, I've heard that case.
Yeah, I was sue.
Hectic.
I'd love to sue my parents.
That's hectic.
I'd love to do that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you do that if you know they are moneyed.
Yeah, now they are.
Ungeke vele usukele any parent. You know, there's an inheritance I'm not getting. So
Yeah.
Oh, there are certain parents that are going to tell you, you just sued us. Okay, go find yourself a place to
Yeah, it's
stay.
fine.
So, mama,
Look,
mdala
let's imagine.
ngisho.
Let's imagine. It's fine. I don't mind going.
Athi ngiyabona uyilose leyo
Not with
case.
African parents.
Nah, you don't do that. Very little cases from America.
Beat
I
you,
think.
dog. Hey, they beat you here. You are suing us.
Yeah, but
Now, let's go. I'll go help you.
to
open
the
a case.
child's point, stop posting naked pictures
Yeah,
of
please.
kids.
Yeah, no, because when you grow up now, you're seeing yourself on Facebook,
Yeah,
not
these things
trending
live
because
forever.
you were once
Yeah, and
naked.
it's anything that is on social media. Now we can't even follow you on OnlyFans now because we already know.
Okay, is this
Okay, yazini Joe.
Yeah. Anyway, man, like what do you have? I think we've
fine.
exhausted the conversation
Yeah, I'm
around
fine.
kids.
Fine, and we are 53 minutes deep.
Nah, it's fine. Let's allow Pablo to breathe. And you're also hungry, I know.
Yo, no.
Oh, you, no, not you. Him. He's hungry.
I'm always hungry. Though.
Yeah, he's always hungry.
Always
Is
hungry.
it? But you're not gaining.
Jeans. Thank the jeans.
What jeans? what jeans?
Metabolic jeans.
Yeah,
Metabolism just runs
So
like crazy.
thank you, Pablo, for pulling through. to the pod
Really appreciate that.
and your
Thank
time.
you.
And we want to invite you for more episodes with more content. You know, I hope you enjoyed this one. Though.
I did. I do enjoy them. I enjoy them.
And you were
yes.
talking about
really
something
cool.
you're passionate about. So when are you having one for yourself?
When am I having one for myself?
Say swear it here on the podcast. so that
We'll catch up and check.
yeah. We keep on asking.
Hey, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, might be a surprise baby, you know.
Eh,
I'm sure I was a surprise baby, dog. It's like
Oh, now,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
yes,
pregnant.
let me not say what I was about to say.
Say it. Say
no,
it with your
It's a bit
chest.
mean.
dog, you're not.
Of
Were
course,
you planned?
I'm always mean. Yeah,
Say
I
it
was.
with
You were planned.
Yeah.
Were you planned?
I don't know.
My parents were already, I'm the firstborn, and my parents were already quite deep into their marriage when I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple
I
of
was
years
also
in.
planned.
Couple of years. When did your parents get married? That's
Well,
that day.
Let's not do this topic. This one is not the topic for today.
I'd like to know. I'd
another
like to
time.
Know. Invited. You know, I have so many questions for them. How did they last? Anyway, guys.
I see. Yeah.
If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, and
Yeah,
comment. And for more information about Pablo, I'm gonna put it under the descriptions. But
Yeah, just
don't
follow
stalk her. And
Yeah, I
just-
understood.
yeah,
Just follow.
just following, and yeah, man.
Any message for Women's Month?
Yeah, Women's
in
Month.
Closing.
Yeah, happy
Or
Women's
maybe-
Month,
okay.
guys.
Happy Women's
Don't
Month.
forget, put yourself first. Love yourself. And only you matter.
Yeah.
And meta is anything that occupies space. I
value.
Yeah, I value the podcast. But thank you, man.
Man.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Symposium Podcast match is coming soon.
Yep. Watch out.
Be ready.
Watch out.
Better be ready.
Yeah. Get ready. Say my face.